Hey everybody, welcome to LT Outdoors. I figured I'd hop on here. I know I've been a little far behind on my videos. I think today marks a week since the last time that I did any. This time of year can be a little hectic for me. It's kind of what I consider my transitioning period because I go from, pretty soon I'm going to be into hunting like crazy. So I go from fishing to hunting, and it gets pretty nuts. But I also have my garden to tend right now, I'll tell you what, for anybody that's ever had a garden, you guys know what I'm talking about. What's going on, Yassine? How you doing, brother? For those of you that's had a garden, you know what I'm talking about. The beans, once you start picking them, I swear it gets harder and harder. They just keep on coming. So, I've been picking. God, I went out today, got another probably 20 pounds of beans out of my garden. Not to mention the corn. I planted 5 rows of corn this year. I just went out and picked at least 30 ears, and there's so much more to go. So I'm kind of trying to play catch up here, guys. And I've got all those baby chicks out in the barn. I got to start moving them around, and it's just yeah, this time of year can get crazy. Farming's definitely not easy in the fall. That's when things get switched around. I'm gonna have to start tilling up the garden again here soon. Working all kinds of stuff up. I was out yesterday. I went out to my tree stand, which I'll tell you what's going on, Jake? Nice to hear from somebody local, man. How you doing? Oh, oh, the Kings are going to be soon for sure, man. I was actually just thinking that earlier. I don't know how many of you guys watch the Sportsman's channel, but I was watching the In Fisherman today, and I seen them over there across the state hammering, Kings and Steelhead and Browns. They got me all pumped up. So, yeah, it won't be long at all, and I'll be heading across the state to do some episodes. But yeah, I look forward to that. But yesterday I went out to my tree stand. I don't like going out this it's a little late in the game to be messing with stuff, at least as far as I'm concerned. But I went out there, made sure my stuff's trimmed up. That's something you guys got to do. Get out there ahead of time, make sure your trails are trimmed. What's going on, Franklin? Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. I really do. Means a lot to me. Yeah, I've heard the fishing's been good. I've just honestly I haven't had any time for anything. I'm trying to, play catch up plus get ready for deer season and ducks and geese just opened. We got teal and goose open right now, so I've been trying to get something going with that. I might be out tomorrow. Snipe. For those of you that don't know, snipe is an actual bird. I know it's a big joke down south, but there is a bird called a snipe, and it's basically a wetland woodcock, is what it is. For those of you that's hunted woodcock, they've got kind of a pretty, almost like a reddish orange color on them. Well, the snipe doesn't. The snipe is almost a mottled brown, the whole body. It's pretty much like a hen mallard as far as the colors go, but it's still a really cool bird. They're excellent eating. You don't get a ton of meat off of them, but snipe are really cool. And they're fun to hunt because, jump hunting them, pretty much just like a woodcock. You can almost step on them before they come up out of the brush, and they hide in the cattails and stuff like that. I'm hoping to do an episode on them here real soon because they are a lot of fun to hunt. But yeah, this time of year it gets nuts with me, guys, because I gotta, like I said, it's a transition period. I go from fishing hardcore to pretty much just hunting on my mind. I've been seeing so many bucks lately. It's basically deer's been on my mind for the most part. But yeah, and then this year I'm really hoping that I don't lose a lot of you guys. I know most of you sportsmen out there are going to stick with me, but I am going to be doing some episodes on trapping this year. Okay. I'm going to show humane ways to trap. I am going to show how I actually prepare and eat everything I kill. So I am going to show how I do all that. It's going to be, I don't waste. That's something I've always kind of looked up to. I feel as outdoorsmen, that's the best thing for us to do is to show people that, we can enjoy what we kill, like muskrats, honestly, one of my favorite things to eat. And most people think that's gross, but yeah, my biggest buck it was only an 8, but it had a pretty good spread on it. I got that a couple years back. He's actually hanging up. I'll get you right quick here. I just put him out here the other day. He's nothing too massive, but yeah, not too bad either. This year I'm going to be a little more picky. I'm trying to get something even better than that. This guy up here was actually my first buck I ever shot in my life. So yeah, I've got several bucks hanging around. I like the Euro mounts on them. But yeah, catch, clean, cook. Exactly. Um, I need to get the food plots going, Aaron, for sure. Um, I love doing the food plots. I did my first one a few years back, and I was just amazed at how the deer piled into them things. It was just nuts. Even though I'm surrounded by fields, bean fields, wheat fields, whatnot, it didn't matter. Those food plots, they really did the trick. Yeah, sighting in the bow. See, I actually just ordered some new broadheads. I like to shoot Rage. I don't know what the rest of you guys like to shoot, but I've been addicted to Rage for. I've been shooting them for about 6 years now, and I love them. And I just ordered some a couple days ago. When they get in the mail, I'm gonna be practicing again, getting it. It's probably still sighted in, but every year that's what we got to do: get out and make sure it's still good. So, oh yeah, where's that at, Derek? Man, that's exciting. Yeah, see, I've been seeing yeah, Rage are on point, I'll tell you. They're expensive, but totally worth it. All right, North Carolina? Heck yeah, man. Yeah, that sounds like fun. I've been seeing some people out, like dove hunts. That seems like fun. I've been seeing a lot of dove hunts on Facebook. Of course, duck hunting and that too. See, our actual duck season doesn't open. Yep, that's what I shoot's the hypodermics too. Our actual duck season don't open till the 3rd of October, which that's for me, I am kind of stuck in between because I love to deer hunt, but at the same time, duck hunting is also running through my veins. I started doing that when I was like 10 years old. And to me, having flocks of ducks come in before daylight when you can't see them but you can hear them and they sound like jets coming by, it's the same rush that you get when a nice little buck comes in. I mean, it's hard to beat, really. So to me, duck hunting and deer hunting are in the same boat. I plan on deer hunting the first week of deer season, and then probably going to take a break and duck hunt the next week and a half, 2 weeks, and then get back on the deer for the rut. Because I like to hit opening week here is great because those bucks are usually still, you can catch them in their bachelor groups, which a lot of times that's fun. I actually had like 8 bucks at one time 3 years ago, I think it was, come in. I tell you what, I about lost it. That was a whole crazy experience right there. I mean, I didn't know what to do. They were all around me. I couldn't pick one out. Didn't want to move to even see which ones were what, but it was something great. And this time last year I was taking care of my mom. For those that didn't know, she had cancer, and this was the time last year that she was doing really bad. So I spent as much time with her last year as I could. So deer season was short. In fact, I only used one tag, and that was it. I went out and shot my deer. I think it was opening day, and then I just ended my season. I spent the rest of the time with mom. But this year, I'm planning on sitting in that stand for days on end, and I am going to try and get as much crazy cool footage as I can for you guys because I've seen some great stuff out there. I love watching the fights. I see some cool buck fights, the grunts, the bleats, hearing all that stuff is really something. And I'm hoping to at least get some cool footage to show off this year. I'll definitely be putting a lot of time in the stand. And then the ducks, same thing. I'm hoping to get a lot of duck footage. I know last year I only got, I think, 2 episodes out, but same thing. I was taking care of mom. I just had so much on my plate last year that I couldn't do it. But yeah, this year for sure, there's going to be a lot of hunting footage. Trapping footage is going to be out there. I'm going to show how to tan animals. I learned from my buddy Jeff Miller. His dad is well known up here for tanning. He makes his own birch bark canoes. I mean, the guy's incredible, but he taught me how to do a tanning method that the Native Americans did. And I tell you what, I've got a couple animals hanging here in the house that I did. Hey, how's it going? Oh man, I'll tell you, if you've never hunted ducks, yes, I do hunt diver ducks. They are my favorite. Well, I can't say that because mallards are, they both have their special thing going on, but diving ducks are a blast, especially because they're so darn fast. But I'll tell you, man, if you haven't hunted ducks, I highly recommend it. What's happening, Michael? I love you too, brother. I highly recommend it if you've never duck hunted it at all, because I mean, your blood's gonna pump, and it's almost like nonstop action, really, when you're out duck hunting. It's a whole different ball game. I mean, deer are fun, and hi. Deer are fun, but you've got all that time in the woods where, you got to sit and wait. And some people can't. To me, that's bliss. I could sit for hours on end out there. I don't care if all I see squirrels. That's bliss for me. But as far as ducks, like if that's not for you, if you get kind of bored out in the woods or something when there's not deer around, ducks are almost nonstop action, especially come late October, early November. You start getting those flight birds here in Michigan. I don't know about the other states. I can't speak for you guys. You probably, I know you get them a little later, but you get lucky. You get your teal and pintails. All the cool stuff goes on down there. But our divers come in around the middle of season, end of season. We get some crazy diver hunts going on. What's happening, Dennis? I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I'm gonna be getting pretty soon for trout. I think I'm gonna one more trout episode. I'll probably try. I'll head out and do some drifting worms, just the old-fashioned way. Um, yeah, goose season's going on right now, but I'll tell you, I kind of got messed over with that. I used to goose hunt religiously. I'd be out darn near every day, but there's certain bunch of groups of guys that started hunting the same fields as me, and I just don't feel like trying to fight over the fields, as far not fight, but like trying to call against other people. I mean, to me, that's just not. It ain't no fun that way. I'm not the greatest goose caller. I can call ducks really good, trust me on that, but I don't want to sit there and try to compete with other hunters as far as the geese go. So I'll probably be goose hunting here soon, but I'm waiting for all the opening day goose hunters to kind of settle down a bit so that I can start getting out. Yeah, pheasants. See, that's something I've never done before. Yeah, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. And like button too if you guys enjoy hearing me. I might just start hopping on here, try and get weekly or something to start talking with y'all. But yeah, I have never hunted pheasants. I'm actually going to be meeting up with a friend of mine. I believe we had it set for next month down in the Thumb for a pheasant hunt, which would be something just awesome for me because I've never done that. What's happening, Chad? Yeah, yeah, competing for spots definitely gets old. It's not. It really turns it more into a game than actual hunting, and it's not any fun. In fact, that this year was one of the first years that I skipped on opening day of teal and goose, and it was because of that. I just didn't feel like the anxiety of arguing or fighting or none of that. I'd just rather it because the spots up here are few and far between, especially so. Yeah, I pheasant hunting seems fun. I've been raising my pheasants out here. I love them to death. They're just a beautiful bird, but I love flushing them when I go out to feed them and stuff because watching them fly, they amaze me, and I can see how they could be just a blast to hunt because they've definitely got their own flight pattern. To me, it seems like they'd be easy to hunt, but everybody I've talked to said they're not, just because I guess you usually flush several at a time, and then you've got to try and pick that one bird out before. I guess there's a lot of decision work that goes into it, but yeah, I can't wait though to do the pheasant hunt, and I'm gonna record that too. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I really look forward to that. But yep, the ducks. I've got some excellent duck spots up here. I like to hunt on Lake Huron actually. I don't have a crazy boat or anything. You guys know what I got as far as setups go. And I a lot of times I go out of my canoe. Yeah, it'd be nice to have a dog for that. Ruby could probably do it, but she'd probably try to eat them. So, but yeah, as far as ducks go, I like to hunt on Lake Huron. I've got just about every species of duck that we could possibly have up here, and some that we shouldn't have up here. I've shot a couple different species of scoter. I mean, you just never know what we get coming on the Great Lakes. The Great Lakes are spectacular because of that reason. We've even had pelicans coming, before. I thought I was going nuts, and then they put them in the paper. Somebody took a good picture of them. So you just never know what's going to make it through the flyway here. It's really amazing. Yeah, goose are fun, but I'll tell you, man, ducks. eh, I don't know. See, I like hunting. I like hunting geese in the fields, especially because then you ain't got to wear the waders. You ain't got to because duck hunting can be a lot of work. It's worth it because it's fun, but it's hard to beat being able to just walk out in the field dry and pick up your geese off the ground and stuff. But yeah, duck hunting is a blast though. Being able to call in those ducks and coax them in, and divers especially because they're not. Mallards. Sometimes you really got to work on the mallards, especially later in the season because they've been called and tried. Everybody's tried to call them in, but they the divers are usually fairly easy to bring in. You don't have to call them, long as you got some decent decoys out, a decent setup, which I'll try and show what I do this year. They'll just come in on their own. You ain't got to touch a call, so they're real nice for that. I actually never hunted geese until it's been about 6 years ago. I did it for the first time, which that's why I'm a little sad that I can't do it anymore. Because I started hunting these fields around me, and it was insane. The one year, me and my friend John, we got close to 50 geese together the one year, and it was just awesome. And I think I've got 6 bands now, goose bands. I mean, it's really cool. I have I've actually got a couple shotguns. In fact, I just got a new one this year that I'm really looking forward to shooting. But I use a 12 gauge. I was shooting an 870 for many years that I borrowed from my uncle. And for ducks, I prefer to use either number 2 or number 4 shot. Black Cloud's actually my favorite. They're pretty expensive, but it's a good load. And then this year I just bought. Um, well, I'll tell you what. If I mean, see, legally, I can't be within 450 feet of a house or dwelling without permission. So, as long as you guys, if your distance far enough away from neighbors, I would love that because I don't have any place to hunt right now as far as good spot for geese go. I do have a couple spots on Lake Huron, but that can be tricky calling them in off the lake. So, yeah, let me know. That'd be cool though. But yeah, deer hunting though, I went out. I made sure I trimmed up my trails, trimmed up my. I like to have a nice little window in the field, so that's going to be great. I actually have a gun this year for rifle season too, which I've never rifle hunted. I hunt rifle season, but I've always used a shotgun since I was a little kid. Because really, I like to get close to the deer anyways. But this year, a buddy of mine's let me borrow a 30-06, so I'll actually be hunting for with rifle this season. So I'm actually looking forward to that. And yeah, I will. I don't plan on falling out this year. I'm actually gonna try and make my blind as safe as possible. What's going on, Chad? Yeah, yeah. But like I said too, though, the trapping is going to be a thing this year. I'm going to show how to. I'm going to mostly target um, muskrats, probably beaver, and because those are 2 of my favorites for the table. I might go for some coon just to show you guys because they're edible too. A lot of people think gross, but no, they're good. I used to make what I'd call a redneck stew, and I would mix a whole bunch of different animals into it. And I actually served it at my graduation party, and there was a lot of people there from Oscoda, and including chief of police. And I'll tell you what, they all loved it. They didn't ask what was in it until after the fact, but yeah, they loved it. And the hardest thing for me to trap. Thank you, I appreciate it. I get some pretty good deer up here. The hardest thing for me to trap. What's going on, Joe? I think would be probably the coyote. I have not mastered it yet. I can still, yeah, I'm gonna get into hunting them this year. I think it'll be a little easier than trapping them. I bought a big old Fox Pro game collar and the whole works for that. But trapping wise, most I've ever caught in one year was 3 coyotes, which I thought was good. But it takes a little bit to catch them. You got, as far as scent wise, you got to make sure your traps are good and washed, cleaned. I mean, there's a lot that goes into them. It's kind of like fox, except for some reason I don't have a problem catching fox. But coyotes, yeah, they can be a pain. I actually graduated in 2004, so not too far off. I'll have my 20-year reunion. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to get a hold of you guys then. I'll have to have you email me or something, your phone number, and I'll have to plan a day up there. I seen it's supposed to be windy tomorrow and rainy the next couple days, and yeah, we'll figure something out though. Yeah, coyotes are harder than fox, at least in my opinion, because fox are smarter, I think, but there are ways you can outsmart a fox. Like, yeah, I am still selling my bottle cap lures. Whenever anybody wants some, I've always got those for sale. But yeah, coyotes, in my opinion, are a lot harder to catch than a fox because a fox, they let their curiosity get the best of them, as far as I'm concerned, because they'll go in and they actually have a tendency to, which some people might think this is a myth, but they'll dig up your trap if they smell you on that. And we just wear gloves. If you've left any kind of your scent, which you don't, sure, you can catch some that way. I'm not a crazy person when it comes to scent control, but they will mess with you. The foxes will mess with you. They'll break you down, but they'll flip your traps. The best thing though that I found to do in that case, which I read a lot of Trapper and Predator Caller, yeah, coyotes are definitely the hardest. But if you've got a fox digging up your traps, usually you take a nice clean trap that you haven't touched, haven't messed up with, and you put it right near, off to the side, 5, 6 inches off to the side of where you caught that, um, or where he keeps flipping that trap, and he's going to mess up. He's not going to know that's there. He's going to dive right in and try to flip that other trap, and he's going to step on that other one. So it works, like a charm. I've caught, that's usually how I end up catching them anyway, is trial and error, but that way right there works. I've caught a lot that way. I have caught badger. I've actually caught 4 badgers in my life, and I end up selling them to my fur buyer because he sells them to a taxidermist. I guess the taxidermist pay better money than a fur buyer would for it. So because I guess they like to mount them, people buy it for that. Let's see. Up here, people used to look forward to salmon up here, but the salmon basically disappeared. What happened, and a lot of people don't realize this, I went to a DNR meeting a few years back. Our salmon on our side of the state, which is the east side of Michigan, Lake Huron, have basically diminished, and it's because our smelt have gone. You don't get smelt runs like you used to. I went to the DNR meeting about it, and they said that it's because I'm sure most of you have heard about zebra mussels, but we have a new one. It's called like a jaga mussel, I think they said, but it's a different mussel that stays out in the deeper water where the smelt usually stay and grow up. They stay out there, they grow up, and then they come in to spawn, which is when we used to catch them. Well, now with the mussel, yeah, quagga, you got it. The quagga mussels out there are taking everything out of the water that the smelt need in order to grow. So they're not getting to the size they need to be to come up and spawn. And that's also stopping them from getting big enough to feed the salmon. So it's really throwing everything off. The mussels have just ruined it. But they are still doing great on the west side of the state. Lake Michigan is just awesome. So I am planning on taking some trips. It's a long drive for me, but I am definitely going to be doing some trips over that way because I haven't caught salmon in years, and they are a blast. So that's something I'm going to be doing. I'll probably be bass fishing here soon too because fall, the fish are all getting into a feeding frenzy. They're trying to fatten up for the winter time. Pretty much everything gets better fishing this time of year. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of everything before October 1st is bow opener. So I don't have much longer. I need to hurry up and get some episodes in so I can start focusing on the deer. But yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing here soon. Speckled trout, those are beautiful. That's on my bucket list though to catch for sure. Those things are awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing the predator calls though. I bought that Big Fox Pro. That's some episodes I'm gonna have. I hope people are okay with that because that's around my farm here. There are so many. I go out in the middle of the night. I just pop rounds off to spook them off, but they've been coming in and getting closer and closer to my birds. I've lost a turkey. I've lost almost all of my guineas this year, which I think are to owls because there hasn't been any drag marks or anything like that. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's owls. But yeah, thanks, Brian. I appreciate the help, man. Yeah, bass fishing, on Lake Huron, I haven't made it out since it's been since spring on Lake Huron. I have not made it out there. I've just been hitting the inland lakes. I really want to get back out there though, especially up in Alpena because I want to get into. I know that you get them giants up there. I would love to get into that. Yeah, the down in Lake St. Clair too. Yeah, there's it's hard to compare with that one. That one's pretty nuts. Yeah, I got yeah, I'm down whenever, man. Yeah, I'm ready for ice fishing too, honestly. Ice fishing is probably my favorite thing to do. I could spend every single day out in that shanty and I'm fine with that. This year Ruby is actually going to spend probably every day with me out there because I have been really working on training her more. I used to be afraid she would leave. That's why if you guys noticed I had her tied off. Um, to my sled all the time last year. Well, this time I've been training her with a shock collar. I don't shock her. She only had to be shocked once, and believe me, I shocked myself before I touched her. That's how I am. I will not shock a dog without shocking myself first. And that collar, don't mess around. It was, it was strong. It was worse than my electric fence. I'll tell you. So I knew not to mess with her much with it, but it only took one time and she always comes to me now. So I'm not worried. I think this winter is going to be a blast. Me and her are going to be out like crazy. We're going to be fishing a lot of different lakes. I plan on doing as much traveling as possible. The the biggest problem right now is money, obviously, because for those of you that didn't know, my main job, I mean, I do nuisance animal control work, which it's been kind of down lately, shockingly. Usually I have a lot of skunk calls, but it's been pretty slow. Ruby's gonna be she's gonna be 5 in September, or well, this month. Yeah, I call her birthday the same as mine on the 28th. So yeah, I do want to get down to Houghton. I have never been on Houghton Lake, so I'm really looking forward to that. Especially in the winter, I want to try ice fishing that. But yeah, Ruby and me are gonna do some traveling if as long as I can come up with the money because I nuisance animal control is one thing I do, and then I sell on eBay. I have an eBay store. COVID kind of killed it the past month. My store's gone down, but it's starting to work its way back up. That's where I get my gas money to go fishing and stuff. I did finally hit the big number here on YouTube. Once I got over 1,000, I was able to start. Supposedly, I'm going to start getting paid on here, which will be nice. Even if it's an extra dollar here, a dollar there, goes in the gas tank, helps me go places. So, yeah, I really appreciate all you guys helping me get where I had to be. That's just pushing me closer to my dreams. I'll tell you what, I really appreciate that. It definitely, every little bit helps, and that's my biggest goal is to be able to just travel and fish. I want to try and fish every place that I can, um, especially with Ruby. I love getting her out. Yeah, I got the ads going, and I apologize. Some people don't like them. All right, you take care, Jake. Thank you very much. It was nice hearing from you, and you too, Franklin. I appreciate it. But yeah, the ads, I actually kind of like them because the ads that they've been putting on my channel have been, outdoors related. At least what I've seen. I hope it's the same for you guys. But they've been outdoor related ads, and that's what I like to see, anyways. But yeah, let them roll if you can. I don't know if you guys knew that, but if you don't let them play through, I used to skip ads, and I don't anymore for anybody because if you skip it, it actually the person won't get paid. So you got to let them roll. But luckily, they're not very long, and like I said, I kind of like the ads that I've been here, seeing on my channel. So that's what I was kind of hoping for. Same on the TV on the outdoor channel. I enjoy watching the outdoor ads. They get me more excited for doing the things that I love to do. So that's something I look forward to doing though here soon is getting out and hunting, and like I said, ice fishing going to be coming soon. Yeah, you got that right, Dennis. Oh gosh, but yep, I really appreciate everybody though, and if you make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, share. If you enjoy seeing me come live and chatting with you guys, answering questions, just let me know, and I'd be more than happy to get live once a week or something, and answer any questions. I love helping people out, especially like right now I've been having so many people on Facebook get a hold of me for mushrooms, which that can be a little touchy because when you look at pictures, sometimes they don't show the underside, or you really got to know. So which I do know, I know quite a few mushrooms, but you got to be really careful. Um, I am going to get out and do a little more mushrooming, because I have right now. I did pick some more chickens the other day, but it was a really short episode. I didn't do I didn't do an episode out of it because it was a minute. I pulled off the side of the road really and jumped out and got the mushrooms. But right now they're getting a lot of honey mushrooms, so that's something I need to get out and look for. And then a buddy of mine taught me about the shrimp of the woods, which I've seen them, I just didn't know what they were. So that's something I'm going to try now too. So yeah, I think maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I was going to go duck hunting tomorrow. We're going to see what it's like. Maybe I'll end up going out mushroom picking tomorrow. But I am going to have an episode here really quick though. Yeah, you take care too, Dennis. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've got a mushroom book too. I love it, man. I usually take the thing out in the woods with me because it's a lot of fun. Oh yeah, I'll have to. People keep asking if I've got a store for my stuff, but I honestly don't even know how to set something up like that. I've just having this channel is the only tech kind of stuff I've ever done. I'm learning all this on the go really, and I don't know what to do about starting a store. Hopefully, I'll have one going this year. Maybe I can have a friend of mine teach me or something. But yeah, I could sell hoodies and shirts and hats and things like that. Um, hey, how's it going? Pond Predator Nation. If you guys haven't checked them out, check them out. Yeah, I've got a lot of things coming though, guys. It's going to be a pretty awesome year. When deer season kicks in, though, um, my episodes, I might do a weekly episode, but if I do, it's going to be, because I'm obviously not going to shoot a deer a week. I'm not like that. I'm not going to go out and kill every deer I see. That's not how I am. I enjoy. I'm going to go out and wait until I see the one that I want. I'm going to be picky this year, but I could probably do an episode just showing all the neat things that I see during that week. If I don't take a deer the first week, I'll just record what I'm seeing that I enjoy that week. Um, Thank you guys. That means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I plan on doing videos on my deer hunts and duck hunts especially. The duck hunts are going to be exciting because there's been very few times that I've gone out and not had incredible stuff happen on a duck hunt. So, I mean, I've had a lot of times deer hunting where things haven't happened, but duck hunting, you just about guaranteed. So, I am going to have a lot of cool stuff with that. Trapping season, I think, is going to be great. I'm going to show you guys some really neat things during that time. Really cool recipes on some animals that you might have thought weren't so great. They're pretty darn tasty. I have literally eaten just about every animal, and I'll tell you what, to be 100% honest, the one animal that I thought was the worst, which I wouldn't think was the worst, was the yeah, deer vlog. There you go. That's pretty much what I'll be doing. Porcupine. I don't know why. It doesn't seem like it'd be a bad animal, especially because I like beaver and I like squirrel and stuff like that. But for some reason, porcupine was the worst by far. It's hard to explain. It had a sweetness that meat should not have, and it was just funky. My dad used to tell me that it tasted like pine tree, but I don't think he ever had it because it definitely didn't taste like a pine tree. But it was just gross. Like, I don't know, it's something that I'd never eat again. I did eat a coyote once. I'm not gonna lie, I did because I wanted like I said, I'm not one that likes to waste, and if at all possible, I'd rather just try and eat things. But that was another one I don't think I could get myself to do again. It might have been the whole just idea that, I'm eating a dog. It could have been that kind of thing, but uh, also I think it's because they run so darn much that they're just so muscly, and it was a very tough meat. I don't like it either, but by far though, my favorite is muskrat. Beaver is amazing too this year. Like I said, I hope I don't lose a bunch of subscribers for that because I know there's a lot of people that don't like that, but that's why I'm going to try and show that you know you don't have to waste it. That there's things you can do with it that are great. I do a little bit of everything with my stuff, so yeah, beartooth mushrooms are excellent. I've only found one. It's been a couple years now, but that was one of the greatest mushrooms I've had. I was out looking for some the other day at the same spot, but it wasn't there. So unfortunately, I couldn't find any. But yeah, I'm gonna be keeping my eyes peeled because there's a this time of year is just awesome for mushrooms. There's a bit of everything out right now. Yeah, I think you need to try it just so you can say that you have. But once you try it, I don't think you'll want it again because it's just not good. It's in a survival situation, I would eat it because it's obviously you need it to survive, and porcupine's slow. It would be definitely an easy target critter if you had to survive, but no, it's not. It's definitely not top of my menu for food items. That's for darn sure. I even had for Easter dinner this year. I ate a woodchuck. I caught a woodchuck, and I thought, you know what? I don't have mom. I got no great, you know, I had no plans for a holiday really because by myself I just don't feel the same. So I thought, heck with it. I'm gonna cook up this woodchuck, and even that I thought it would taste like beaver because they're kind of like beaver, but no, I didn't like that so much either. I thought it was kind of chewy to be honest, but yeah, yeah, that is good to know though. I didn't know that it worked for MS either. But I mean, mushrooms are really an amazing thing. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know though, I wanna try wild hog, that's something I've never had before. Um, I've heard that wild hog I've heard mixed feelings about it, but to me, it's pork, I'd love to try it, but yeah, woodchuck definitely didn't taste like pork to me. It was pretty gross. But yeah, one thing I love about mushrooms though is they've definitely every mushroom has its place. You've obviously got the chaga mushroom out there that we tried it for my mom's cancer, but it didn't do anything for her. But we tried it. We were willing to try anything out. We made a tea with it. But that's supposed to help shrink tumors supposedly. So it's always worth a shot. But there's yeah, all kinds of things that can be done with different mushrooms. Um, but I wish I would have got out this spring. I was too busy fishing, which I know can't fish too much, but I was. I totally missed out on the oyster season. I know you can get some of the fall oysters right now, but they're not as prevalent as the oysters you get in the spring. Like you guys have seen, I did videos before where I filled up baskets in no time, like 15 minutes. I mean, and the fall oysters are just delicious and they're super tender, or spring oysters. I mean, I should have got out for some. I don't think I'm going to miss them this year, though. I'm going to try and put all my time into the outdoors this year, doing all sorts of different stuff. But yeah, Uncle Dale's up right now too, and I was hoping we'd get out and do some fishing, but he's actually helping Uncle Tom, and I don't think he's going to get out for some. I don't think we're going to get to do anything. He wanted to do some cat fishing, and I was hoping we'd do that, but yeah, so far it's looking like all his time's taken up over there. So yeah, I'm just working here at the farm, getting things done, and he's busy over at Tom's farm. So that's what's going on now. But yeah, I appreciate everybody. It's great seeing y'all hop on here, say hi, and I appreciate the questions and stuff. Like I said, I'm glad I was able to get out and tell you guys what kinds of stuff I'd be doing this year. Um, yeah, maybe maybe if I tried it in a stew, cook it down, let it for a long time, maybe it would get more tender. I'm sure it would. Um, between sheephead and woodchuck. Oh, honestly, I'd probably choose the sheephead. 100% honest, because I liked the sheephead when I boiled it. I thought it was great, and the woodchuck was just to me it was chewy and I don't know. I just didn't like it that much, man. I love squirrel, but it was definitely wasn't like that. So, but yeah, I'm happy I was able to hop on here, let you guys know what kind of stuff's coming up. Let me know if you guys ever have any ideas of things that you want to see, places you want to see me go to. I'm trying to mix it up. I've had people like in the area ask me if I'd go to this place, but I don't like going to the same places all the time. I want to. That's just not how I am. I want to be the guy that goes out spot like all the different lakes. I want to show everybody what's possibly out there on these other lakes. That's why I enjoy traveling. Really, I'm hoping this year the ice. It's Farmer's Almanac, something I follow pretty strongly, and they're claiming it's going to be a really rough winter, which I'm not looking forward to that as far as the snow comes. Oh yeah, I'm definitely doing squirrel hunting. I hope you guys are cool with that. I do like squirrels. Squirrel season opens September 15th, along with grouse. And yeah, I'll definitely be out. Hopefully, I'll be out on that opening day. Not sure what day that's on. I am goose hunting for sure this weekend because my friend John, that you guys haven't got to meet yet, but he'll be in a video this weekend. We're going to be goose hunting around his pond in Mankato. And as far as salmon goes, I'm going to hopefully be heading to across the state here soon to do some fishing for salmon. But yeah, because I haven't fished salmon in years. It just got so bad up here to where, to me, it wasn't even worth it anymore. The Atlantics, though, on the other hand, I am happy that they're doing good because that's going to give us something. I know they've been doing really good on the Atlantics. But I plan on going across the state, hopefully to Manistee. I like to fish the Manistee River. I haven't done it in years. I used to go there with my dad, but I caught some really great fish out of there, so that's something I'm wanting to do. Oh, that ought to be cool. Yeah, Betsy River is always good too. Yep, I fished. My dad took me there a couple times too. I haven't fished that in a long time either. Yeah, over here though, like the Asable, they used to run like I always told people it was like cordwood. I mean, you could darn near walk across the salmon, like Vanetton Creek. I grew up down there by the dam, and it was literally so stacked that you could probably walk across on them. It was insane, and just with all that stuff with the mussels, and I mean, it really depleted them. They're just gone. So yeah, I'll be definitely heading out. Yeah, let me know how it goes over Manistee. I look forward to that. But yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I love you guys. Yeah, it's always nice to chat with everybody. Oyster mushroom block, huh? Yeah, that would be something. I've never done anything like that. I can send if you send me an email, it's ltoutdoors15 at yahoo.com. I can I can email you back with my address. That would be really cool. I've never tried anything like that. Yeah, I know we got there's a farm up the road, Whistling Winds, I believe is the name of it, and they grow their own oyster mushrooms. They grow them out of straw bales though, which I thought was really neat. I've never seen anything like that before. That was where I originally learned about the oyster mushrooms. I went to a farmer's market years ago, and the guy was there, and we got to talking, and I was like, "Man, I've seen them out in the woods before." He says, "Yep, those are the same things." And I just started picking them, and from there I decided to start learning about more and more mushrooms. And I suggest, if you guys are interested in learning species of edible mushrooms, not only get a good book to I really appreciate it. Yeah, Uncle Dale's something else. Oh gosh. But yeah, if you guys are interested in becoming big time mushroomers, you just get get yourself a mushroom book. I really like the Audubon ones, which you think Audubon, you think of birds, but they actually have a really good mushroom book. That's where I learned from. And rather than just jumping into all the edibles at one time during the year, just pick one or two a year. That's what I did. Pick one or two a year. Like when I first started, I think I started with oysters, and I think it was oysters and chanterelles. You just start with those couple mushrooms, enjoy picking them the whole season. And then the following season, pick a couple more mushrooms, study them, and go out and pick your oysters, chanterelles, and the other couple that you're studying. And just, I mean, keep on going from there. It's amazing how many mushrooms there are out there right now that you can eat. I mean, the woods are just literally full of great, great edibles. And I mean, you always want to be careful because for some people, you just can't eat them, I guess. Even the ones that are great for everybody else, you might be the one person that it doesn't agree with. So you always want to take your time, maybe eat just one mushroom or a piece of a mushroom first and see how that deals with you. But yeah, I tell you, mushrooming is something I love because when it gets to where the summer heat slows down fishing, there ain't no hunting, things like that. I might not want to metal detect at the time. There's always mushrooms throughout the summer. It's really great. Yeah, I really appreciate that, Brian. Thank you, man. Oh yeah, Joe. There's mushroom Facebook things all over too. You got to be careful though because there are a lot of people on there that it's kind of, I mean, every day somebody posts, hey, what's this? And it seems like it's always the same mushroom. Like lately it's, hey, what's this with a chicken of the woods? And it's like, well, hey, if you look through all the posts, you would have seen everybody's been asking about that one. But yeah, there's I do, you know, I recommend joining those Facebook pages just for the fact that you'll get to see a lot of those mushrooms that people are asking about, the more prevalent mushrooms that are out there, especially like chicken of the woods right now. That's a big thing that's out there. I mean, a lot of people are finding them right now. I've never tried the shaggy mains. Um, that's one I haven't tried yet. I've seen them, but I haven't yet to pick them. But yeah, that book is just amazing. I bought that book. I bought the animal book, even though I really didn't need it. I enjoy the pictures in it, and then I've got the bird book, and I think I've got the tree book. But yeah, I've always loved Audubon. They since I was a little kid, I used to. Well, me and mom always played with a bird book to try and figure out new bird species and stuff. So yeah, Audubon makes some great things. But yeah, I really look forward though to this year. I'm just beyond happy at how many of you enjoy following me and how many of you actually care, to hear what I have to say and enjoy my adventures and stuff. And I'm just gonna keep trying. I know I can do better. I'm gonna keep trying to make better videos. I'm gonna keep working on everything. As far as I've seen some pretty horrible videos, and I want to make sure that I'm not that. I want to get a step above everything, and that's just what I'm going to keep doing. I'm going to shoot for the moon. So, yeah, I really appreciate all of you, though. I could not have done any of this without any of you. And I've even had friends that I've known forever tell me, that when you first started doing this, Lowell, we didn't think it was going to go anywhere, and we were worried about it. But I mean, hey, I stuck to it. I kept putting things out there and showing what I could do, and I'm just insanely happy that you guys have all stood there for me and watched my adventures, and I'm just glad you enjoy it. So I always enjoy sharing adventures with fellow outdoorsmen and women, so it means the world to me. um, yeah, I'm not sure about that one, Brian. I would like that. I've actually, I've never ice fished up there. on your part of the river. I thought about it last winter. I almost made my way that way, but the guy at Clem's Bait and Tackle told me that the ice was not safe at that time, so I didn't end up making it that way. And I still haven't. I'm still not totally sure which house is yours. I've been out there, but I don't know which house is yours, to be totally honest. Um, I usually don't get too far up the river. I get up to where around those the big stump fields are. That's usually where I get to and do most of my fishing. Well, I really appreciate that, man. I do, Brian. That really makes me feel good. I seriously appreciate that. Um, I mean, I'm hoping I keep watching the Sportsman channel, and like that's always been my dream goal. I mean, I've always wanted to be a pro bass fisherman, to be honest. That's my all-time goal. But if I can ever get there, I'd at least like to have a show. Just if I could ever get put on TV, that would be great. For those of you that don't know, I was in a documentary actually this fall, and it actually took top documentary for one of the film festivals. It took top documentary world. I was pretty pumped about that. So when that comes out, and actually it should hit Netflix and stuff like that. And when it does, I'll be sure to post on here so everybody knows about it and knows where you can see it, because that'll be good. It was about the poisons and toxins in the water up here, and they believe that's how my mom got her very weird rare cancer. So yeah, it's a very interesting documentary, and I'll be sure to put that out and make sure you guys know about it. But I'm going to hop off of here. So I really appreciate everybody. And like I said, if you guys enjoyed this, I will be sure to hop on once a week or something and do another live feed. So I enjoy talking to you guys. So I hope you guys have a great night. And yeah, thank you guys very much. I'll try and get some great episodes coming very soon.